Hello students, welcome to the subject of complex variable and partial differential equation. Myself Ankit Acharya, and in today's lecture we start our very new chapter, second and higher order partial differential equation. You already studied first order partial differential equation before this chapter, and you already studied ordinary differential equation. Okay, second and higher order ordinary differential equation. So this is something new for all the students. So try to understand very carefully. So let's see what is our first topic. In this chapter, if you remember, also we discuss about method of separation of variable. Okay, method of separation of variable. In that topic, method of separation of variable, we have already first order partial differential equation and some of the examples of second order partial differential equation. Okay, so that topic, method of separation of variable, is also, we can say that, the topic of this chapter, second and higher order partial differential equation. So now the first topic of this chapter, homogeneous linear partial differential equation with constant coefficient. So first of all, try to understand the concept homogeneous, right? First word is homogeneous. Second is linear partial differential equation, okay, with constant coefficient. Okay, with constant coefficient, so you can understand that this all a0, a1, a2 up to an are constant coefficient. Okay, now what is the meaning of homogeneous? Homogeneous means in all the terms contain derivative of the same order. Okay, is called homogeneous. Okay, homogeneous because all the terms contain derivative of the same order. Derivative of the same order means, you can see what is our first term, a0 del n z by del x raised to n. So the order is n, okay, in general. Now here plus a1 del n z by del x raised to n minus 1 into del 1. Okay, so the degree of x as a differentiation will decrease and the degree of y as a differentiation will increase. You can see that here del x raised to n minus 1, then del x raised to n minus 2 up to del x raised to 0. So you don't need to write that term. Now in a first term we don't have any term of del y, second term del y, then del y square up to del y raised to n. Okay, so clearly you can understand that the degree of x will decrease term by term, okay, and the degree of y will increase, right? So an equation of the form a0 del n z by del x raised to n plus a1 del n z by del x raised to n minus 1 into del y plus a2 del n z by del x raised to n minus 2 into del y square plus and so on an del n z by del y raised to n, that is equal to f of xy, is called homogeneous linear partial differential equation of nth order. Okay, nth order with constant coefficient. And as I already explained, what is the meaning of homogeneous? Because all the terms contain derivative of the same order, so that's why we can call it homogeneous linear partial differential equation with constant coefficient. Okay, so this is our first topic, and how we can solve this type of homogeneous linear partial differential equation, that is our main concept to understand. Okay, so first of all, because here we have two independent variables x and y and only one dependent variable z is depending upon x and y. So first we assume del by del x, that is equal to capital D. So capital D is nothing but an operator, right? You already use this type of notation in ordinary differential equation, in which where you use d by dx, that is equal to capital D, d square by dx square, that is equal to d square, capital D square. Okay, but in that case only we have one independent variable x and y is a dependent variable in that case in ordinary differential equation. Okay, I am talking about ordinary differential equation. But when you are talking about partial differential equation, in which here we have x and y both are independent variable, where z is a dependent variable. So that's why we have to use two notation, del by del x, that is equal to capital D, and del by del y, that is equal to d dash. Okay, so this is d dash, right? Now put this two value in this equation number term become a0 capital D raised to n. The second term become a1 capital D raised to n minus 1 into d dash, plus the third term become a2 capital D raised to n minus 2 into d dash square, plus up to an d dash raised to n, that is equal to f of xy. Okay, so that's why the first term is, see, a0 d raised to n capital D raised to n plus a1 capital D raised to n minus 1 into d dash, plus a2 capital D raised to n minus 2 into d dash square, plus up to an d dash raised to n into z, that is equal to f of xy. Okay, and that's why f of d dash into z, so this bracket, this whole bracket, I can write f of d dash into z, that is equal to f of xy. Okay, f of d dash into z, that is equal to f of xy. So the general solution, as you already know that in ordinary differential also, the general solution of this type of differential equation is nothing but z is equal to cf plus pi. Now what is the meaning of cf? Cf is nothing but complementary function, and pi, the meaning, the value of pi, that is nothing but particular integral. Okay, so the first concept is how we can find complementary function. That is our first concept. Okay, in this type of differential equation, let me show you again. This is our homogeneous linear partial differential equation with constant coefficient. First I take del by del x, that is equal to d, del by del y, that is equal to d dash. I put this to value in this equation, so finally we get this type of equation, right? And this bracket, this whole bracket is called f of d dash. Okay, this whole bracket is called f of d dash into z, that is equal to f of xy. So the general solution of above equation is given by z is equal to cf plus pi, complementary function plus particular integral. So next concept is how we can find complementary function. So for that you have to remember some of the rules. Consider the equation a0 d raised to n, okay, plus a1 d raised to n minus 1 d dash plus a2 d raised to n minus 2 d dash square plus up to an d dash raised to n, that is equal to 0. Okay, so consider this equation. You can easily get this equation from the original equation. Now dividing the above equation by d dash raised to n, dividing this equation by d dash raised to n, so you can understand when I divide, I will get a0 into d by d dash raised to n plus a1 into d by d dash, here we have d raised to n minus 1 upon d dash raised to n minus 1. Okay, d dash raised to n, so 1 d dash will be cancelled out, so that's why d upon d dash raised to n minus 1 plus a2 d by d dash raised to n minus 2 up to an, that is equal to 0. And now call it d by d dash. Let's take d by d dash is nothing but small m, so that's why I will get a0 m raised to n plus a1 m raised to n minus 1 plus a2 m raised to n minus 2 plus up to an, that is equal to 0. Okay, so this is call it equation number 2, where m is equal to, where this m is equal to d by d dash. Okay, this m is nothing but d by d dash. So the above equation is called auxiliary equation for equation number 1. Okay, for equation number 1. So this is my equation number 1, and for this equation, this is my auxiliary equation, right? So from this equation directly you can write equation number 2 from this equation. How? Just instead of d, take m, and instead of d dash you don't need to take any value. Okay, forget about d dash. So see, a0 m raised to n plus a1 m raised to n minus 1, forget about d dash, plus a2 m raised to n minus 2 up to an, that is equal to 0. Okay, so I hope you can understand. This is just an explanation. Okay, so these are the rules that you have to follow. Solve the auxiliary equation and find values of m, say m1, m2 up to mn. So next target is you have to find out all the roots of this auxiliary equation. We know that this is a quadratic equation, this is a polynomial in m. Okay, and because of this equation have degree n, right, n polynomial, so number of roots are also n, m1, m2 up to mn. Suppose your equation have degree 2, then you have only 2 roots, m1 and m2. Suppose you have degree 3, right, so then m1, m2, m3. Okay, so in general here we have equation have degree n, so m1, m2 up to mn. Now case 1, if the roots of auxiliary equation are different, that means all the roots are different, m1, m2 up to mn, all the roots are different, you have to follow this rule. Complementary function is nothing but f1 y plus m1x, okay, plus f2 y plus m2x plus fn y plus mnx, right? So first case, case 1, if roots of auxiliary equation are different, right? Now case 2, if roots of auxiliary equation, that means at least two roots are equal, say m1 and m2, okay, suppose two roots are equal, m1 and m2, then and other roots are different, then complementary function is nothing but f1 y plus m1x, f1 y plus m1x plus x into f2 y plus m1x, okay. So for equal roots we have to follow this rule, right? f1 y plus m1x plus x into f2 y plus m1x. Now other roots are different, so you can write as it is f3 y plus m3x up to fn y plus mn. Now suppose three roots are equal, okay. Now you can understand if three roots are equal, m1, m2 and m3, three roots are equal, then and other roots are different. So complementary function I can write f1 y plus m1x plus x into f2 y plus m1x plus x square f3 y plus m1x, okay. So for that you have to follow this rule, f1 y plus m1x plus x into f2 y plus m1x plus x square into f3 y plus m1x. Other roots are different, so you can write as it is, okay. So you have to remember all this formula. Now let's solve just one example. First example, del square z by del x square, that is equal to 1. So you can understand what is my del by del x, that is equal to capital D. Here there is no term of del by del y, so you don't need to assume. So I can write this is nothing but del square z by del x square minus z, that is equal to 0. And if I use this notation, this is nothing but d square minus 1 into z, that is equal to 0. And now what is my f of d? F of d, that is d square minus 1, that is equal to 0. So equation of m, that is m square minus 1, that is equal to 0. So roots are 1 and minus 1, okay, because m square minus 1, that can be written as m minus 1 into m plus 1. So roots are 1 and minus 1. So both are different root, okay. So apply case 1. So that's why complementary function, that is equal to f1 y plus m1x. But what is m1? m1 is 1. So f1 y plus x plus f2 y minus x, okay, y minus x. Right now you can understand in this example right hand side we have 0, so f of xy is 0. So definitely this is the z, right? Z is nothing but complementary function because particular integral is 0, right? Particular integral, because right hand side we have 0 functions. So z is nothing but f1, I can write f1 y plus x plus f2 y minus x, okay, right? So you can understand that today's lecture we discuss about homogeneous linear partial differential equation with constant coefficient. First we understand the definition, okay. Let me take a quick revision, okay. This is our concept and equation of the form. After that we assume del by del x is capital D, del by capital D dash, and after that we understand how we can find the complementary function. For that you have to remember all this formula, okay, and just we solve our first example. So thank you.